It's the day of the festival, Beard 2. Are you ready?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
We're going to see Sayori and Natsuki and Yuri and, of course, Monica.
I just have an ominous feeling because there's no music.
I
don't like that.
It's a little scary. Well, it is the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one that I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond, thanks to my hands being full because Sayori is being a bad partner. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend more time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. Notice he didn't mention Yuri or Monica. But knowing... Oh, there's Monica. He still didn't mention Yuri. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event won't be great,
Because
too.
Yuri went, ooh, and hid in the corner.
Yeah, and she didn't like my poems.
Beard! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny. I thought at least Yuri'd be here by now. I thought she would have slept beside the school. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones that she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You know, you think on the days days this important, she'd try a little harder. You know, I say that, but suddenly I remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said that because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all.
Hey, you should take a little more responsibility for her, Beard. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know?
Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president after all.
But I stammer, embarrassed. But did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? Is she pissed? How I basically turned down her confession? Oh, this might make me more marketable kind of guy to all the other girls. But I'm the one who knows what's best for Sayori, right? Jeez. You know, you don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Monica is being as friendly as usual. But for some reason, I felt a chill run down my spine after hearing that.
Please. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets?
Oh,
They came out really nice.
yeah, sure. And also, Monica, I brought the club some alcohol.
All right. Yeah. Party time.
I grabbed one of the pamphlets and a Corona as I lay down at the desks. Oh, yeah. They really did. You know, something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different than the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Percent.
Aww.
Get out of my head, 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 get out of my... Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. You know, Monica was saying stuff to her earlier. You know, Monica's kind of sus. Do we need to eject her off the ship?
We might need to eject her off the ship.
What's this? Regarding the poem, reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Beard? What's wrong?
Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so...
Huh. Oh, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself.
I'll try not to, Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. And it's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. And that's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and I let myself in. Sayori? She's really a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking up her up in her own house. Isn't this more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori! Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I didn't really want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't this kind of breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayori? Oh! That wasn't scary as I thought. Oh, look at her hanging there, man. Her hands were all bloody.
I hate it.
Ugh.
Even
it's
though...
oh my god, I've seen so many different animations on this.
It's like
an exception has occurred.
Oh.
Script.line 307. See traceback.text for details. Oops, sorry about that, everybody. I accidentally stopped the last part. But anyway, this is the traceback.text that showed up when Sayori was hanging out with us. So, right here. Oh, geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one making this so difficult. Well, here goes nothing. Then you have a bunch of like Doki stuff right there. Yeah, oh, yeah, it's also down here too. Look.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so that's not different line there.
Interesting.
Okay, I will try to pause it and not accidentally stop the video. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. Ugh. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I'd be there for her. I told her I knew what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life's worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Gulp. End. That's a scary word when it's like that by itself.
It is. I don't like it.
I know, it's just like, end. Oh!
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Not against 3 eyes.
Can I load? Oh.
Oh, it's still there!
Oh.
Will it work?
I don't know. I don't know.
Ah!
Sayori not care. Oh my gosh.
Get out!
Holy shit.
Oh my God! The save file is corrupt. Starting a new game!
I never saw it before.
No! I didn't know that was a thing! I just thought it automatically deleted everything. Holy shit!
I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl's my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me this like a dooflink, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk to like catch up to me. Ah!
Jesus Christ.
Is it Yuri and Monica? It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst. being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I would always tell myself it's about time I meet some chicks or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content by just getting on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Girls don't like anime and manga. The school day is as ordinary as ever before I know it. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any clubs that interest in me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice to start with the anime club.
Beard?
Ah,
Oh, Jesus.
Monica?
Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, hot. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any, construction paper in here or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club. Screw those guys.
Really? You quit?
Yeah, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs and debating and arguing about nonsense. Just feels like arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
Oh, in that case, what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
That got me.
That caught me.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have in there so far?
Pose, it's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry, staring at cute boys. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica just say she?
Hey, Beard. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
Sorry, I was busy looking at your boobs. I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I'm sure, I guess I could check it out.
Haha, awesome! You're really sweet, Beard, you know that.
It's nothing really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important.
Alright. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Oh god, there's no music. Okay. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
You're right, I never noticed that.
Wait. Oh god! Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus mighty! I'm back! I brought a guest with me!
A guest?
Seriously, you brat boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Beard.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not yet. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So I ran into Beard in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, Oh, sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him and he followed my boobies here, so...
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Beard?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to my girl Monica.
So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club is fun and exciting for everyone.
Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all their effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard and to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, like me. But it's many big school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Yeah, I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Beard, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking.
Huh?
Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Well, anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah, I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Dart.
Never mind. Oh, that's right. You usually like to read about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a love poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Oh, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have some writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment and stare at each other like derpies.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about you guys look up my skirt?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time when we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. You should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Beard? Hold on, there's still one problem.
Huh? What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I'd join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I really wanted a Natsuki cupcake, and she didn't make any this time, but I never made the decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry. I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Beard. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation, even if Monica kind of used me as a last resort. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed, even if they're all just staring at me really awkwardly and weirdly. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, then so be it. Right. Okay, then I have decided then. I'll join the literature club and make you all my little hookers.
Ooh.
One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Beard?
Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you were really just gonna leave after all this, I would have been super pissed. Beard, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Like motorboat my boobies.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share and laugh at each other.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Beard, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
There's a lean. Yeah, lean again for me. Can I really impress the class star Monica? Monica here! With my mediocre writing skills, even if I've never written anything in my life in this club. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Well, guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Lean, lean, lean. I can't wait.
Can't wait to see you either. With that, I depart the clubroom and make my way home. The whole day, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? With these babes? Perhaps I might have the chance to go closer to one of these girls, or all of them for a matter of fact, and they all won't know I'm dating you. You know, I told you like before, you know? I was going to try to get them, they would never find out about each other.
Oh, sister wives?
Yes! All right.
Although I think sister wives, they all live together.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's a club, they don't even live together, so this would be easier to get away with.
All right.
As long as they keep their mouths shut. So I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure all the girls will find me. So I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Oh. Oh.
A dream. I was wandering an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost looking for an exit. Just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls behind the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side. Or to a wall, anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired.
I don't like that dream.
Yeah, it's a pretty sad dream.
Don't like that dream at all.
We only have 2 Dokis.
Only 2.
Doki 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 Doki. I still don't like you, Natsuki. Yeah, you're still real bitchy. And so I still gotta go with my girl Yuri.
You're going with your girl Yuri.
I don't trust Natsuki yet. I mean, I know the coin forced me to go on a date with her, but I kind of.
I mean, she wasn't so bad. You guys had icing fights and did cute things together.
I mean, I was just gonna like maybe hang out with her a few times and then just like drop her like a rock, like I was gonna, like I was gonna do with like with Sayori or something or whatever. But
well, you just picked her.
it was accident. I'll pick Yuri words.
Okay,
Yuri words. Yuri. All the Yuri. All the extra Yuri. Uh-oh. Shit. Oh, Yuri. Uh-oh, shit. Uh-oh. All right. Contamination. Inferno. Oh gosh! She got! Oh my god!
Oh god, that scared the shit out of me.
Oh, look.
Oh no!
Look. It's Sayoyo. Oh no.
Oh god, Yuri's,
I gotta save this. This be bad shit happening.
Oh Jesus Christ, Yuri's jumping all crazy.
Oh, we lost a safe spot.
Oh frick.
Oh man, that Yuri.
Oh god, you have
goosebumps. Yuri.
I'm sorry, those of you how I screamed for. I literally looked over and her big eyes were just looking right at me. That just scared the shit out of me. Oh, frick.
Oh man. Anyway.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, composure. Hi, Beard. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Not yet.
Pose.
Is the screen turned a little? Not quite.
Oh no, it's crooked.
It is a little crooked. The screen is crooked.
The desks are crooked.
It looks like Monica's a little closer to us. Maybe I'm just seeing stuff.
I don't know.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone is already hanging out. Oh God! Jeez, I her face go. Thanks for keeping your promise, Beard. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Well, I mean, I have commitment issues, but I'm really trying here. As long as you girls don't do any weird shit to me. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, God, there she is.
I forgot. Come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here or hang out or stare at us or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Oh! Natsuki, something. Oh, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga in the classroom.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yes. Oh, yes. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the classroom.
Sorry, your hair and your butt is in your dialogue, all right?
She has to be ahead. Oh,
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back to her seat.
Plop.
I'm sorry, Beard.
Did she get closer?
Who? Yuri?
I feel like she's closer.
Maybe.
Unless the background's...
Wait,
the background feels more tilted than it was earlier.
It might have a little.
Something's going on.
Yuri might be a little closer.
I don't like this.
I mean, we can sit there and stare at Yuri all day, and she might do something.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like
Yuri is.
Weird things are happening.
The line of her hair up here.
You're right.
If you go back in the video, look how she is getting closer. Look at this. The line of her hair. Look at this really close. I was going to say,
either this game's screwing with me or it's the liquor.
Nope.
It's one or the other.
No, it's actually... Yuri is actually getting closer.
Oh, Christ.
I think she only goes so far.
She's going to get us.
Attack me in the bed tonight. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. God, she's still coming closer, I swear.
I know, right?
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, and if I quit, you'll kill me. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ew. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, you. I just want to try to be part of the club. So even if I don't read all that often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I'm watching her. I'm watching her.
I know. Close. I'm watching everything. I'm so in tune. I'm more in tune than I've ever been before with this game.
When you watch what Mark do it and Jack do it, it just felt like well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, and my boobs are getting bigger because I'm getting close to you. It's a short read, so it might keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you'd like. Okay, so yeah, so she went down here. You can always see
She
like the
seems a
turn of
lot
her hair. Like,
I'm
and I was trying to
also
see if she's
watching.
Yeah.
Can I see this?
Sayori looks a lot bigger.
She
in
looks
that.
a lot bigger. I'm watching over here.
Yeah,
and it
and the
looks
board.
like this poster is
It's
completely
moving, yeah.
disappearing. Yeah, it's moving. The background,
The background
is
is
moving closer to us.
I never noticed that.
Oh my god.
I never noticed that at all.
Oh. Is she moving closer too?
Probably
like
only
as the
slightly.
background moves, does
Not
she
much.
move?
Not much anymore. Maybe it only
Oh.
moves when certain dialogue. or something.
Maybe.
This is how is this girl accidentally being so cute and getting closer to me? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Oh.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. Ew. But Adeline makes her hide her face deeper into the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. Wait, there it go. Her eyes moving.
Oh Christ!
Oh God, I noticed that. I look for all kinds of weird stuff. There it goes.
Oh Jesus mighty!
Yuri's eye is coming.
There's a line through her neck too.
There is, yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. It's like she's quote unquote broken.
Yeah.
We'll see how far the eye goes. This game looks funny when you're like watching someone play it, but if you don't know if you like really don't know what's coming, it's kind of scary. It's the first time. There it goes. The eye's still going.
Oh Jesus! It's getting lower.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so cute.
I'm just watching it. I'm like speechless. I'm amazed watching it. No, is it still?
No, it's still going.
Is it?
It's just
It's
like,
gone off to the side a little bit. It's going to the
now.
left. Yeah. It's still going.
Oh Jesus! I can't.
I can't either.
Did it stop?
I think it's
stopped.
all right. It stopped.
It stopped.
Oh my God. Oh God.
I'm
That's...
talking Patchy the pirate here.
Well, let's save that Patchy the pirate there.
Jeez.
There, you can see the eye right there. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. So, which eye is focused on the book? The one that's on your face or the one that's not on your face? But I'm just rereading this a bit, so... Oh, that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Oh, I'm just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that has turned into a human experiment prison. And all the people trapped in this have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. I mean, the book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs, even if I probably am.
Yuri?
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that the dark turn came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Beard? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, but, don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things, considering she's getting increasingly creepy as time is going on.
She's real into limbs and breeding already.
She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story kind of challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest in anything. Or you, even if you're getting a little creepy. You are still better than Natsuki right now. I still feel safer with you than Natsuki. I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... I forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. So please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. It's the least I can do is listen. This is the literature club after all. That's true. In fact... Wait, was that Yuri or myself? I might as well be a reader. Sorry, there's service. Oh gosh, she got all weird. Did you see her eyes? Her eyes are like, ooh.
Oh no.
She got like, I'm gonna have to find that frame.
Shit.
Yes, I mean you don't have to, but what are you saying? Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieve the book and I put it in my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yu's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in the company of someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and then start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the feeling of...
Bathing in the feeling of your body heat.
Is that what that was?
Yes.
Yuri, you really apologize, don't you, for bathing in my body heat? I do? Ew, I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more in between two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. And then once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to keep the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here
we go with the thumbs again.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, and on the right side of the book, as I put my left arm around Yuri. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me as she bathes in my body heat. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To do what? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second on your purple hair. I glance over Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'd be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange, even if, she's getting a little creepy, but, that is what it is, I guess. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, God, your mouth. Your eyes and your mouth are so creepy right now, Yuri. Like, what?
I said, what happened?
She's going,
oh, Jesus.
She's like, No, I don't relate to the character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why it came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling all right? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts up her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway,
Oh no.
I'm fine. I just need some water. All right, but don't push yourself hee-heeing. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What the fuck was that about?
Beard? Did something happen just now?
Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was just acting a little strange and turned into a total spaz, I guess.
Oh, so you don't know anything?
Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
No, not really. Fuck her. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing yet.
Well, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Pose. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Just,
All right, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other?
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
She might be a while, so I figure we should just get started without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then I slip it back into my sack. Well, I guess Yuri's not going to be here for this.
Guess not.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first, to get rid of her and get her out of the way first, because she's not nice. Huh?
Beard, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What did you expect me to believe, that you actually put effort into this? You think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in some effort, you bitch. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of your first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Cat got your tongue?
Fine. Oh, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. This shit sucks.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Here you go.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can see, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Here, go ahead. Drink. Take it.
Oh, no. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm a pro, I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud that she writes first and second grade grammar, then I will not take that away from her.
Oh no, I think she does pretty well.
Not poem.
Damn.
Cheetah was probably her most complicated word. Mon.
Hi, Beard. Having a good time so far?
No, I'm scared shitless because weird stuff's happening now.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or, things we can do better, winky winky, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Monica, I'm scared to death, but I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I get more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Oh, that's you.
I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Pose. Don't worry, Beard. We're all a little embarrassed today, But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all get past soon, so just look at my skirt and everything will be okay.
Woohoo, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Beard. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
Well, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind's just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that, or indulged at all, but she must really starve for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly, okay? You know, like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Suddenly, the door opens.
Yuri!
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Already? I'm sorry for being late.
Oh, no need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad you took all the time you needed, because I got more time with Beard.
All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall.
But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Talk, talk, talk. Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, 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 closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen.
So, what do you think?
It's very fucked up if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. Yeah, it's kind of the style has gotten pretty popular nowadays, you know, the fucked up style. But that is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on, you know, fucked up timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful and fucked up.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other? Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
Ink, ink, ink.
So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Who should I share my poem to next?
Well, I guess it's Yuri. She's back after
Yep.
all.
Guess I can't send it to anybody else but Yuri.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Dot, dot, dot. She's look at that face. She's just like, As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Ew. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time really at this run. Yeah, but you have no idea that you remembered me from before. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly and then looks at my poem again. Dot, dot, dot. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the other topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both that the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even in simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. No, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki, or who the hell knows. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost within the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, come, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers.
The beard flickers back. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Yes, but you put your hands over your mouth when you read it. Ah! Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. No, not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Beard. Really? I must have totally missed the point, because you're so weird. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so if anything, I could probably learn a thing from you or two. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Beard. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room, and Sayori's not here. That was a little more stressful. I know. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Oh, the music. Did you hear that?
Oh, I did. It went out of tune.
Like, woo! Okay,
Jesus.
It did it right that time, but okay. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even though if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. Her eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute! Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? No, thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. And Beard did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Excuse me, Princess. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Beard liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it and turned on by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Hey, look, there's no music. It stopped.
You're right, it did stop.
Oh, there it goes. That's not what I... Ew. You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Beard appreciates my advice more than he's appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Beard started showing up.
Natsuki,
Natsuki, that's a little...
this doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Oh god, I was sitting too close to the monitor when that happened. What's happening to the music?
Did he call racing?
Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch?
Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend.
See? Just saying that proved my point. God, I can't.
It's so creepy.
Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know.
If I want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude, you bitch. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute, even if we're all dressed the same right now? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri.
Oh,
my
sorry.
bad.
Sorry about that.
You already do that, don't you?
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Beard hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this.
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me, as if she noticed I was standing right here. Beard, she's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it.
How did I get placed if there's anything? Oh my gosh.
Okay, I guess it wants us to make a choice.
It does. I think Natsuki's a little more with it in the head.
Yeah. Let's pick Natsuki.
Oh. Now what?
I don't know.
Natsuki again?
Sure. Oh god. Yuri? No. Go back to Natsuki.
Just pick Natsuki?
Yeah.
Alright. Monica, you made me cough, you horrible person.
Hey, Beard. Why don't we step aside for a little bit? Okay?
Step.
Sorry about that. They just really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling at each other.
There's no music still.
No, you're right.
She thinks it's funny that they're fighting.
I know, Monica. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's crying. Oh, look at the deer's gonna. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Oh, looks like they're done. She doesn't even care.
I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead like a mental. Yuri? I didn't mean it.
Oh god, that face.
I believe you. Oh, excuse me. She believed. I believe myself. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Beard, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it.
Looks like she's kind of still standing in front of Yuri a little bit. Look, they see the hair in front
A little
of her.
bit. I think
Yeah,
that's just
maybe
because
that's
she's
just
talking.
Because I know she was in front of the text before.
That is true. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely.
Oh, you creep.
Witchcraft. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want.
Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay here a little longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today.
It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. It's just it's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Beard. It would just be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
I'm sorry for causing trouble. Ah!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I think this would be a great place to stop.
That's a good place to stop.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, Yuri, you know what? Yuri has officially went down a notch. Natsuki has passed her by the...
right.
Natsuki might be a total jerk as a person a lot of times. I think she only has that jerky edge.
I think so.
You know, but she means well. She has a good heart.
All right, my girl Natsuki.
But Yuri is just totally losing it for me.
Yuri's going AWOL.
Yeah, she's going totally AWOL.
I don't know what's going on.
So, I will,
Shall we go ahead and save it?
Oh, God, that was the eye.
eye!
All right, so we hope you enjoyed this almost an hour. Maybe we can try to put that other video,
Maybe.
compress it. If not, there will be a super short video beforehand, but...
And a long one, because why not?
I mean, like that super short one, I accidentally hit the... I paused it when I was trying to bring the trace back over to show, and then I accidentally shut the video off.
You dumbass.
I know. So that'll be maybe a really short video unless we just add it here. I don't know. The video could already be attached to this, and it could not be. I don't know, because we're just recording this live right now. We don't know what we're going to do with it yet. So, anyway, this is Beard1.
And I am Beard2.
Have a good one, everybody. I am scared shitless of this club. I want to quit. I want to tell Monica I'm done.